G'day, and welcome into the happy hour for yet another week. Question everything, but don't question that we're going to have a good old time here today on the happy hour because we're playing songs that ask questions, all sorts of questions, specific questions, because songwriting in itself is a bit of a questioning thing, isn't it? When you start writing a song, you're like, what is this song about? And then sometimes you even make it a song about a question. Hello. That was a lot of gibberish going on there at the start of the show. Welcome aboard. If it's your first time here, we've been doing this since 2020. A little thing happened in 2020, and we decided that once a week we would gather together here. We would just play some tunes. We would relax. We would have a beverage, and would enjoy ourselves for about an hour. Hence, the happy hour was born. So we are going to dive in here and start with a little band. Look, this band asked some questions. You might have said that they had some whinges and whines at the same time as their questions, but they're a little band by the name of Oasis, and they asked us all, hey, what's the story, Morning Glory? Let's kick in here with some Oasis. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. All your dreams are made when you're chained to the mirror and the razor blade. Today's the day that all the world will see. Another sunny afternoon, walking to the sound of my favorite tune. Tomorrow never knows what it doesn't know too soon. Need a little time to wake up. Need a little time to wake up, wake up. Need a little time to wake up. Need a little time to rest your mind. You know you should, but I guess you might as well. What's the story, Morning Glory? Well, need a little time to wake up, wake up. Well, what's the story, Morning Glory? Well, need a little time to wake up, wake up. Your dreams are made when you're chained to the mirror and the razor blade. Today's the day the world will see. Another sunny afternoon, walking to the sound of my favorite tune. Wonderwall. Tomorrow never knows, it doesn't know too soon. Need a little time to wake up. Need a little time to wake up, wake up. Need a little time to wake up. Need a little time to rest your mind. You know you should, so I guess you might as well. Sing it if you know it. What's the story, Morning Glory? Well, need a little time to wake up, wake up. Well, what's the story, Morning Glory? Well, need a little time to wake up, wake up. Oh, the lads from Oasis. I hear they're the best of friends. They get along like houses on fire. This water bottle is on way too tight. I'm going to have to, this is going to look a bit dodgy for a sec here, folks. Don't mind me. There we go. We're good. I'm just going to say good day to some fine folks who've decided to join us here today. Have a quick drink. That was some interesting ASMR. G'day to John, Lovell, hello to Joe and Barry Glenn, hello to Semtex Cow, hello to Thomas Christ, hello to Marky Mark Bro and his funky bunch. Hello to Fiona Amaka. Fiona's on tomorrow's Your Music Live show. We've got Angela Sinclair, which means there's a bleeding red beats hanging somewhere nearby. Yeah, feel free to hit the like button. That's your freeway. That's a freebie if you'd like to support the channel. You can also donate to the channel. Donations always welcome, never expected, all that jazz. And you can even become a patron or a member of the channel. Hello to Mum and Dad who are here as well. Bonfire is here. G'day to all of y'all. Bonfire, you're in here in Australia, aren't you, Bonfire? You're over in Victoria land, I reckon, from what you've told me. All right. We're going to play some more tunes in just a jiffy. Now, I'm going to ask a question here today, and that is American beer still terrible? Oh, sorry, I'm going to offend a bunch of people here today, but Coors were on super special the other day, and I'm like, you know what? It's really hot weather. It's probably the best. If I'm going to drink some Coors, it's probably the best possible time to try it again. So, cheers, everybody. Sniff test. Not too bad. We'll give it a quick taste. I'll play this next song and we'll see if the flavour kicks in by then. Let's go back. Let's go back to something a bit old school. This is our old mate, Elton John, singing about all the ladies that he wishes he had in his life. Do you remember when Elton John had to pretend he was into the ladies? Anyway, this is called, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Let's do this thing. Don't wish it away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Between you and me, I could honestly say that things can only get better. While I'm away, dust out the demons inside. And it won't be long before you and me run to the place where our hearts will hide. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Just stare into space, picture my face in your hand. Live for each second without hesitation, and never forget I'm your man. Wait on me, girl. Cry in the night if it helps. But more than ever, I simply love you more than I love life itself. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Wait on me, girl. Cry in the night if it helps. It's true. As true today as it was when it was written. G'day, Frank Turzo. Speaking of amazing Canadians, we weren't, but here's Frank Turzo. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Anyone I haven't said g'day to? Barry Bazza Glenn is here. I've Australianised him. He's Bazza. G'day, Bazza. Look, I know, it's a meme. It's like Windows Millennium Edition. It's not as bad as you remember, and it's not as bad as people make out. It's passable. It's tolerable. Pete walks into a bar. Can I have one of those tolerable beers? One of the passable ones? Can I pay you money for something that's meh? In fact, that should be Coors. It's like, didn't Coors used to have the frogs? Well, that was Budweiser. Then you slogan is Coors because you got to drink something. Yep, old mate Bazza. Yep, leave it hanging. I know, just leave it hanging with the nice F chord at the end there. Windows Vista. See, I reckon Windows 8 was the worst Windows. Remember the one where they tried, like they brought Windows 8 out and they had to patch it to 8.1 almost immediately because they tried to do that thing where it had the tiles that you could tap on at the same time as being a desktop, but it just didn't work. All right, this is a Blink-182 track called "What's My Age Again." Took her out, it was a Friday night. I walk alone to get the feeling right. We started making out and she took off my pants, but then I turned on the TV, and that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23 and still more thinking all the TV shows. What the hell is ADD? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again? Later on the drive home, I called her mom from a payphone. I said I was the cops and your husband's in jail. The state looks down on bigamy, and that's about the time that she hung up on me. Nobody likes you when you're 23 and still more amused by prank phone calls. What the hell is call ID? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again? That's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23. And yeah, what the hell is wrong with me? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? That's about the time that she broke up with me. No one should take themselves so seriously, with many years ahead to fall in line. Why would you wish that on me? I never wanna act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again? What's my age again? What's my age again? The song makes a good point. I'm with the song. Because I think sometimes we like act your age is such a bullshit statement, because who wants to act a certain age? And ages are changing. I was thinking about this just the other day, that back in my day, when I was a kid, 40 seemed really ridiculously old. And like grandparents in their 60s, forget about it. Life over. These days, the 40 and 50-year-olds are out there doing stuff and being vibrant, and the 70 and 80-year-olds are like, feel middle-aged now. Like everyone's gone down a notch. 'Notch. Does that mean that 20-year-olds are now like infants? Well, kind of. 20-year-olds are now like infants. 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 20-year-olds are now And those 20-year-old infants don't got their pacifier anymore because so long, TikTok. It's been real, man. Yeah, because banning stuff. You know what? Banning is the best thing, as we found out from many. Prohibition. Ban it. It'll work better if you just ban everything. Give everyone nothing and then see how it goes. And see how easy it is to manage that. Yeah. VPN usage. All you're going to do is push people to use VPNs and to use spoofing and to create accounts. And it's not really going to change anything, is it? TikTok, the clock is gone. Yeah. 15 minutes. In 15 minutes time, is it really going to go like in 15 minutes? They're just going to turn it off? I don't know. Or is that something unrelated? Bleeding Red Beats. I don't know. All I know is that I'm going to play some R.E.M in a sec. All right. Angela says it right. If the US government, I'm embarrassing to admit I live here. And look, I feel bad. You might have noticed that I've tried to curb and stop my any sort of America bashing, because now it's more like, you know how something goes from being angry, like I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. So that's me now. I'm like, I was right there with you, but now I'm just, it's just so disappointing. Then again, Australia got our problems. We're banning all social media for anyone under the age of 16. That's going to be really easy to police. Anyway, get off your soapbox, Johns, and play some R.E.M. All right, this is called What's the Frequency, Kenneth? And it's a rock song. What's the frequency, Kenneth? Is your Bendrazino? I was brain dead, locked out, numb, not up to speed. I thought I pegged you an idiot's dream. Tunnel vision from the outside of screen. I never understood the frequency of. You are our expectations like an armored suit. Thank you, Joe and Barry Glenn. Good timing with the R.E.M. I studied your cartoons, radio, music, TV, movies, magazines. Richard said withdrawing disgust is not the same as apathy. Wah, 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 wah. Smile like a cartoon, tooth for a tooth. You said that irony was the shackles of youth. You wore a shirt of violet green. I never understood the frequency of. What the frequency, Kenneth, is your Bendrazina? Butterfly decal, rearview mirror, and dog in the sea. Smile like a cartoon, tooth for a tooth. You said that irony was the shackles of youth. You are a t-shirt, violet green. I never understood the frequency of. You are the expectations like an armored suit. I couldn't understand you could be more. Oh man, thank you to Bleeding Red Beats. Thank you, Fiona Amaka. Appreciate you. So glad and happy to have you here listening in. And yeah, it's one of my favorite R.E.M tunes too. I hadn't played it in a while. Didn't butcher it completely, but yeah, might need some work on that one. I'll put a little asterisk next to it to say, give that one some practice, Johns, and you'll be fine. All right, back to the cause. Yeah, question mark, frequency. Now, it's a bit late for many of our UK folks to be here, but I watched an intriguing video yesterday. Hey, Frank Terzo, thank you. Frank Terzo has just brought 5 of you into Club Studio Live today. So thank you, Frank, for the 5 gifted memberships to Studio Live today. I was watching this video about the TV license vans, like the licensing enforcement vans. So the way it works, so you know how there's like in America, you got PBS, like your public broadcasting, that's funded by companies that give them money, and you, if you pledge your money. Here in Australia, we've got the ABC, which is completely government funded. We pay taxes, and a chunk of our taxes go to our public broadcaster. In the UK, the BBC was originally, and I think still is in some way, funded through TV licenses you have to pay for. And if you have a TV and you don't have a license for it, you're a pirate, and they come and get you and collect your fees. And it was just a fascinating sort of video talking about how they used all this detection equipment and millions of pounds worth of stuff to try and work out if someone was watching TV. And it's like, think of the problems that we have now. And then it's like, how quaint that back in like the 50s and 60s and 70s, they had to go around making sure people weren't watching television, like broadcast television. We're not talking pirating your cable or anything. This was just free broadcast TV, but not free because you got to pay. You got to pay. This song is not a Nirvana song, but it was made most famous by Nirvana. And it's a cool tune, so we're going to play it. It asks the question, where did you sleep last night? My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun don't ever shine. I'll shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines where the sun don't ever shine. I'll shiver the whole night through. Her husband was a hard-working man, just about a mile from here. His head was found in a driving wheel, but his body never was found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun don't ever shine. I'll shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. and the pines, the sun, the shine, I'll shiver the whole night through. Yes, indeed, it is. And who is it by? Is it Lead Belly. I wanted to say Muddy Waters, and I'm like, it's not Muddy Waters, it's someone else, isn't it? It's Lead Belly, isn't it, that did it, that covered it. I think he covered it. I don't think he actually wrote it because I think Adorable Anarchy's right that it was an old bluegrass song from back in the day. A nice cold beer or 24 will fix any hangover. Yeah, luckily I'm not hungover today. So this is the thing. I'm kind of a day drinker as I get older. I don't drink at night, so if I'm getting I don't stay up late enough and drink enough to get hungover. So I'm a 3 or 4 beers in a beer garden in the afternoon. In fact, my wife has this barrel reminded me of it. See how I've got these barrels here in the background? My wife got some really cool wine barrels. She's been on the hunt to make our backyard like this cool beer garden vibe. And so she's laid down like AstroTurf. She's got decking out there, got a couple of tables and umbrellas. And now the pista resistance. We got 2 wine barrels. So yeah, I would much rather hang out at home drinking, not necessarily Coors beer, but drinking good beer and chilling in my own backyard than going out and getting drunk and doing all that sort of stuff. Used to play Bluegrass back in the day and played that one. The words were different. Yeah, probably. It will indeed. I'll have to do. I'll have to do a show from out there. The barrels. I'll have to do the barrel happy hour. The UK license law is still in place. Really? Yeah. And apparently it's streaming now too. You can't even use if you use the BBC iPlayer, you have to have a TV license. Is that true, Hugh? Is this? Have I gone crazy? It seems nuts. Yeah. The cause is done. And don't worry, after this next song, I got a Cooper's to cleanse the palate. I'm wearing the hat of this exact beer. See? Matching my hat. All right. This is a song that many of you won't know, but it's a really cool song. It's by an artist by the name of Bob Evans, who's actually Kevin Mitchell from the band Jebediah. Where my Australian fans at? The Jebs, go the Jebs out of WA. Great band, and this is just a beautiful song, just about things and the fact that we should all just relax and be cool and be nice to people. BBC license is for Channel 4 as well. Really, I didn't know that. Wowzers! All right, so this is called "Don't You Think It's Time," and it's a love song. Not really. 2, 3, 4. Don't you think it's time to start anew, time for changing views, time for making up your mind? Don't you think it's time for moving on, time for growing strong, time to leave the past behind? You've been on my mind. Oh, you've been on my mind. You've been on my mind. Oh, you've been on my mind. Don't you think it's time for quelling fear, time for a new year, time for meaning what you say? Don't you think it's time for easing doubt, time for reaching out, time to open up your eyes? You've been on my mind. Oh, you've been on my mind. You've been on my mind. Oh, you've been on my mind. Don't you think it's time for trusting more without keeping score, time to let forgiveness out. Don't you think it's time for showing grace, time for having faith, time to make more of this time. You've been on my mind. Oh, you've been on my mind. You've been on my mind. Oh, you've been on my mind. Bob Evans, you know those songs that you wish you'd written? Yeah, that's one of them. That's the sort of song that I wish I had written, because it sends a message. It's just so good. Like, it just feels good. Easing doubt, reaching out, open up your eyes, trusting more without keeping score to let forgiveness out. It's a beauty of a song. Thank you again. We're about the halfway mark here. And again, thank you to Joe and Barry Glenn. Thank you to Bleeding Red Beats. And thank you to Frankie Turzo. Frankie. Have you ever been a Frankie? You're Italian. You'd be, hey, Frankie, what you doing? Forget about it. You would have been a Frankie at some stage, Frank, yeah? So we got discussions. We're talking about rum. We're talking about stout. And I'm going to have me a Cooper's Pacific Pale Ale, which is a good drop. Oh, just the difference in smell. And the instant flavour of the hops, just in the malt and the barley. And here's the thing: Australian beers are made very much like German beers, where they don't add a lot of preservatives or additives. It's pretty much just your wheat and your yeast and your barley and whatever. What's beer made of? Should know that, shouldn't I? Frankie, forget about it. Get out of here, Frankie, with that. I'm sorry. I pretend that I can get away with it. I'm just like, my wife's Italian. Does that count? And it's like, no. You can't just misappropriate an entire race just because you have a relative that is that. I was a bit scared of her father when I was first dating my wife, because he had a little bit of that. If he just wore like the white coat over the shoulders and the hat, he would just be like, "Oh, you don't mess with the family." And I'm like, I reckon if I do anything bad by his daughter, I may end up waking up in a ditch. Just saying. Not really. Yes, Peter, rest in peace. He was a good dude, and he totally like most middle-aged men. He totally just found his peace and mellowed in his later years, and was a really, really good dude. This is a song that I wrote. It's about the fact that we're trying to have a society here, and people just seem to keep missing the point. It's called "We're Trying to Have a Society Here." What's the matter with people these days? Trying to be something more. They're worrying more about what people say than who they can do something for. We're trying to have a society here, but they only care about how they appear. What's the matter with people these days? They don't seem to do what they feel. They're busy complaining about their dead-end job and missing out on what is real. We're trying to have a society here, but they only care about outward veneer to make other people think they've got it made, while everyone knows they're just trying to get Laid. What's the matter with people these days? They don't seem to care what is right, making excuses and passing the blame. So let's make a toast and share one more post, just not on TikTok, for the strangers that don't even care. James approved. Yeah, that was a little bit of an homage and a shout out to Angela and Bleeding Red Beats. I know they love the song "Laid" by James, and I thought, yeah, we had to throw that in because in the original version of that song, we don't actually say the "laid." It's implied because it's so rude. And I thought, laid. That'd be cool to do a mashup of that. As soon as I get to that point, I just kick straight into the song. Yeah, it's an original version of an original song. There you go. Thank you, Jade, for the goats. Yeah, if you want to be able to put goats into the chat like Jade is, then you can do that. Oh, Furstenberg is not bad. You're talking about European beers are good too. The German beer laws. A lot of the Belgian beers, the Dutch beers, the German beers. They're all really, really good. We have a cafe here in Adelaide called the Belgian Beer Bar. I haven't been there in the longest time. Maybe I need to go there this afternoon and get myself a big Belgian beer. They're usually big. The Hogarten. I do like a Hogarten. I like the white, like the dark as well. There's one called a Bellevue that's something like 15% alcohol. It's like a cherry beer. And they're about $18 for like a small. And the Belgian Beer Bar was famous because back in the day they had these, the big Hogarten glasses that are like massive and heavy. They're like I think they're a liter. I think they're like a Stein. And for a while there, this was the 90s, man. We were wild and wacky in the 90s. You'd have to leave a deposit there, or you could leave a shoe. Yeah, you could legitimately leave your shoe behind the bar when you bought the beer, and then when you brought the glass back to the bar, you got your shoe back. Does anyone see anything wrong with this? Hygiene, smell, walking around a pub with one shoe on and cutting your feet on broken glass. Yeah, it was a shit idea, but it was fun. You've got the Hogarten Stein, nice one. Yeah, and what's the nice one that I like that they have the I'm trying to think of the name. Hofbrau, mate. The Brunn, the Hofbrau Brunn. Oh, okay, now I'm just talking beer. All right. We've got questions about YML here. Yeah, you'll get an email. So the way Your Music Live works is every week I get a playlist together. You give me your email when you fill out the form, and then you get an email and say you're on the show. Playlist isn't usually announced till right beforehand. Otherwise, no one will rock up at the start. If you knew you were only on halfway through, you wouldn't rock up. It's all about the numbers. I want the vanity metrics and the numbers. All right, shall we play another tune? Yeah. This is something that is not happening here in Australia at the moment because it is hot as balls and 34 degrees outside. I've got my air conditioner down to 24. Just so that I don't pay a fortune, but at the same time, you don't see sweat dripping down my face. This is a song by Travis called Why Does It Always Rain on Me? 2, 3, 4. I can't sleep tonight. Everybody's saying everything is alright. Still I can't close my eyes. I'm seeing a tunnel at the end of all of these lies. Sunny days. Oh, where have you gone? I get the strangest feeling you belong. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Why does it always rain on me? Even when the sun is shining, I can't avoid the lightning. I can't stand myself. I've been held up by invisible men. Still life on a shelf. Well, I got my mind on something else. Sunny days, oh, have you gone? I get the strangest feeling you belong. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Why does it always rain on me? Even when the sun is shining, I can't avoid the lightning. Oh, where do the blue skies go? Why is it raining so cold? I can't sleep tonight. Everybody's saying everything is alright. Still I can't close my eyes. Seeing a tunnel at the end of all of these lights. Sunny days, oh, have you gone? I get the strangest feeling you belong. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Why does it always rain on me? Even when the sun is shining, I can't avoid the lightning. Oh, where do the blue skies go? Why does it rain so cold? Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Why does it always rain on me? Even when the sun is shining, I can't avoid the lightning. Why does it always rain on me? Why does it always rain on? Oh, very cool, Hugh. Travis from Glasgow. They're Glaswegian. I did not know that. Very cool. I knew they were from. Oh, it's going to sound bad. They're all from. I knew they were from up that way. But my knowledge of Ireland, Scotland, and the UK is terrible. So yeah, you tell me Scottish stuff, and I'm like, now, are they the ones that are part of the UK, or are they the ones that aren't? And what's Great Britain again? And one day I'm just going to sit down and learn it all properly so that I don't sound like a flame and galah about it. G'day, Dan, Anthony, Moo Cow. I think I said g'day to you before. Yeah, look, it's the weather's so weird at the moment. I'm not going to go on my high horse. You know my views on this if you've been here before. I'm not going to jump on my high horse and my soapbox and talk about it. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks, and we need to do something better about it. It's why, even though it's 34 outside and I've got my aircon on 24, yeah, it's only while I do this show and then I turn it off again. I just, like, when it's hot, I try to seal up the house as much as possible and don't open any doors or windows or anything, just to keep things in. Definitely part of the UK. Freedom! There you go. They can take our land, but they'll never take our freedom. Yeah. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. I'm going to play this song. You won't know it. You probably don't know who it's by, but as soon as you hear it, you'll probably know. Ooh, baby. Look into my eyes. Can't you see they're open wide? wants to know the truth. In my arms is the only proof. I've hidden my heart behind the bedroom door. Now it's open, I can't do no more. Telling you, baby, you will never find another girl in this heart of mine. Woo! Look into my eyes, can't you see they're open wide? Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Oh yeah, don't you know it's true? Girl, there's no one else but you. Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Everybody's got their history. On every page a mystery. You can read my diary or in every line. Jealous minds never satisfied. Telling you, baby, you'll never find another girl in this heart of mine. Woo! Look into my eyes, can't you see they're open wide? Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Oh yeah, don't you know it's true? Girl, there's no one else but you. Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Would I lie when you want to see my light? Would I lie if I tell you I'm here to stay? Would I lie to you? Do you think I give my love away, baby? Would I lie? That's not the kind of game I play. No, no. Telling you, baby, you'll never find another girl in this heart of mine. Deep in my heart, woo! Look into my eyes, can't you see they're open wide? Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Oh yeah, don't you know it's true? Girl, there's no one else but you. Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Trust me, baby, I would not lie. Nope. I'm sorry, but anyone who has to say, would I lie to you that many times in a song, dead set liar. Absolute lying mongrel. You reckon? I reckon. Yes, little white lies are okay, aren't they? Feel free to hit the like button if you would like to. That was a song by Charles and Eddie, which, yeah, like that's what I said. You probably heard the song. It's probably one you've heard on the radio a bunch. But yeah, maybe you didn't know it was by the artists Charles and Eddie. And me and Georgie have a joke. Georgie, my wife, for those that are new to the channel. Georgie and I have a joke, and it is that whenever we hear a song by a one-hit wonder, we're like, oh, this is my favourite Charles and Eddie song. And Georgie would be like, oh, it's probably number seventh favourite for me. And then it's usually like, name 6 others. And we can't, of course. Let's play some Pearl Jam. This is from 10. It's called White Guy. She scratches the letter into a wall made of stone. Someday another child won't feel as alone as she does. It's been 2 years and counting since they put her around this place. She's been diagnosed by some stupid fuck, and mommy agrees, yeah. Why go home? Why go home? Why go home? Oh, she seems to be stronger, but what they want her to be is weak. She should play pretend. She should join the game, boy. She should be another clown. Yeah. Why go home? Why go home? Why go home? Why go home? What you taught me You know what I love? I love trying to do songs that have no business being on acoustic and just trying to do them on an acoustic. It's why I like to play Tool as well. We'll play this one next. I'm gonna have a quick beverage. And then we're gonna play. Speaking of my good wife, this song, you know how you have a wedding waltz, the bridal waltz? Yeah, we wanted a song that was going to stand the test of time and was going to be something that we'd look back on and go, yeah, we're really glad we chose that. We looked at Ben Folds songs, we looked at like Australian artists, and we're like, all of these nice songs are actually breakup songs. So instead, like you do, we turned to the Flaming Lips because that's how we rolled, and we chose this song from their 2002 album Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, and this is a song called "Do You Realize?" Do you realize that you have the most beautiful face? Do you realize floating in space? Do you realize that happiness makes you cry? Do you realize that everyone you know someday will die? And instead of saying all of your goodbyes, let them know you realize that life goes fast. It's hard to make the good things last. Realize sun doesn't go down. It's just an illusion caused by the world spinning round. Do you realize? Oh, do you realize that everyone you know someday will die? And instead of saying all of your goodbyes, let them know you realize that life goes fast. It's hard to make the good things last. You realize the sun doesn't go down. It's just an illusion caused by the world spinning round. Do you realize that you have the most beautiful face? Do you realize? The Flaming Lips there, and do you realize? Yeah, just a really, really cool tune. Um, Yeah, one of my favorites, and it's weird because I thought it would be super way out there and wacky. And we were at the venue for my wedding, which was the Adelaide Oval, because major cricket tragic. And I gave the CDs because I had all the different CDs for all the different things, and I had one CD that was just a wedding song. Because I'm like, we don't want to fuck this up, so I gave them all this. Yes, it was 2000. No, when was it? 2006. So yeah, it was CD time. It wasn't really like digital players and stuff. So CD player, gave them all these CDs, and yeah, the girl I gave it to, it said like "Flaming Lips." Do you realize? She's like, oh, "Is that your wedding song? Oh, that's what I want our wedding song to be. Me and my boyfriend." I'm like, "Really?" And at the time, I was like 30, and she must have been 20. And I'm like, "Huh, Flaming Lips. Who knew?" So yeah, it's a cool song. Cool song. All right, quick drink. It's when the Flaming Lips went to Margaret Stadium, Major Stadium. Um, they're coming to Australia too in like a week or two, and I'm pondering going. Let me know in the chat here. Should I go? Because they're playing that whole album, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, and it's a cool album. And I don't do the concert stuff much these days. I'm already going to Crash Test Dummies in a month or so. But let me know if you think I should go. All right, should have done this one earlier because it's going to test the old voice. I've never tried this before, which is always a great thing to say, isn't it? It's like, oh, I'm going to totally mess this one up. I know, you don't want to hear it. You're like, then don't play it, Johns. Just play something else. But I have to play this. I used to play this song when I was a hockey PA announcer. Whenever there was a fight, and you'll find out why in a moment. It always got a chuckle, and it always kind of mellowed the situation a bit. But it was kind of my calling card that whenever like there was a fight or there was aggression happening, I'd just throw this song. It's by a band by the name of War, or maybe it's WAR. I don't actually know. Let's give it a go. Why not? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Ooh, 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 yeah. Ooh, 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 yeah. Ooh, 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 yeah. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. Why can't we be friends? 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 I've seen you around for a long, long time. I remember when you drank my wine. Why can't we be friends? 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 I see you walking down in Chinatown. I call you, but you could not look around. Why can't we be friends? 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 I pay my money to the welfare line. I see you standing there every time. Why can't we be friends? 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 The color of your skin don't matter to me, as long as we can live in harmony. Why can't we be friends? 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 I'd kinda like to be the president, can't do a worse job, so I can show you how your money's spent. Why can't we be friends? 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 Sometimes I don't speak right, but yet I know what I'm talking about. Why can't we be friends? 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 I know you're working for the CIA. they wouldn't have you in the mafia. Why can't we be friends? 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 There you go. That is War, W-A-R. Why can't we be friends? Are we overtime? We are. We have no Brad today, so I can probably go one more song in just a jiffy. All righty. Good stuff. Yeah, look, we got folks talking smoking. You know what? There's bad habits, aren't there? Smoking, vaping, drinking, picking your nose, scratching your ass. We shouldn't do all the things we do, but also, I don't know, got to have some vices in this life, don't you, to get through? If you did nothing, if you were, I'm not a big fan of Dennis Leary anymore because apparently he stole lots of jokes and stuff, so I don't listen to him much anymore, but he was like, yeah, there was this one guy who was fit and he ran every day and he never drank and he never smoked and he never ate bad food, and then he went running, and one time he was out running and he dropped dead of a heart attack. When he was jogging. And yeah, look, I know. It's not like, yeah, and then you got like, I'm 107 years young and I've drank a bottle of bourbon and smoked a pack of Marlboro Red every day of my life and I'm fine. It's not the case either way, but still. All right, we're going to play another tune here. But did I say thank you to Frank again, the godfather of our community? Yeah, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. It's one more song. This is this is a song that I play in a lower key now because I can't quite do it in the higher key. This is a band by the name of Four Non Blondes, which was funny because I don't think they all were not blonde. Anyway, they asked the question, "What's up?" before that weird beer company did. Speaking of terrible beers, speaking of bad beer, what's up? They asked, "What's up?" And I say, "What's up with you?" This song's called "What's Up." 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, 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 ooh. And I try, oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray, oh my God, I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Ooh, 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 ooh. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Thank you ever so kindly for being here for another happy hour. That makes, gosh, I should number them, shouldn't I? Probably 200 and something in a row that we've done here. It's got to be 200 because we're coming up to, we'll have to do a big 5th anniversary happy hour, won't we? We'll have to, give me some ideas for what we should do for the big 5th anniversary happy hour. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking out loud right now. But why don't we see in March for the 5th anniversary? Why don't we get like Thomas and Jade and myself, and we could do a happy 3-hour or something like that, where we could play a song each and just sort of rotate through and put on like a big concert with us in the audience or something like that. What do you reckon? I have to run it past Tom and Jade, of course. But they have been such wonderful supporters of this whole concept. As soon as I started doing this, Jade's like, oh, yeah, that's a bloody good idea. I'm going to do an opening hour. And then Thomas Christ was like, oh, yeah, that's a bloody good idea. I'm going to do an opening hour. And then Brad Example was like, oh, yeah, that's a bloody good idea. I'm going to do a closing hour. An after party. Yeah. Happy 6 hour. There you go. Down. All right, done. Lock it in. We're going to do it. Yeah, the CRR festival. We'll do it. We'll do a big festival of goodness, and we'll just play. We'll play some tunes. Maybe we'll just play. Maybe even just all our own songs. We'll just put on like a concert where we do like a couple of I don't know. We'll work out the deets. Anyway, yeah, live in Vegas. We all have to fly to Vegas to do it. Maybe not. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, there you go. Brad will be over at Jade's. So there you go. Brad will be there. We'll have to do it when Brad's at Jade's so that she can hook him up and he can play some songs too. You can have all 4 of us for like a 4-hour block of music. How about that? That could be fun. All right. Anyway, yeah, the big 5th anniversary coming up. Let's say goodbye and farewell. I'm going to say thank you again to the folks who have donated. Thank you, Joe Barry Glenn. Thank you, Bleeding Red Beats. Oh, I haven't checked my phone in case of PayPal, which means that no PayPal donations today, but thank you to the folks who have donated during the week. You know who you are, and I've already reached out and said thank you. Thank you to Frank, Bleeding Red Beats, Joe and Barry Glenn. Thank you all for being here. If you want to leave a like on your way out, give it a big thumbs up, then that would really help me out, and I would appreciate it. And you'll be stuck right in the lobby for tomorrow's Your Music Live show. So why not stick a thumbs up there as well, drop a reminder, and join us tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, if you're cup of tea drinkers over there. Why am I being so bad to the UK and the Irish people and the Europeans today? And 9 a.m. here in Australia town. All right, that's going to do it. Please be kind to yourselves, folks. Be kind to others. Keep creating. And I'll see you next time right here on the happy hour. Bye for now.